context, but the same underlying issues. People who are disconnected from themselves, from others, and from any sense of emotional control. And if you think about all the things that have happened, even with Justin Fairfax, that's the common thread. So whether it's a relationship dispute that turns deadly or a public act of violence, the root is usually the same. Unmanaged emotion plus fragile identity plus zero intervention equals an explosion. And we as black people have to be honest. We have normalized dysfunction. We joke about toxic relationships. We glorify chaos in music and culture. How women rap about men, how men rap about women. We celebrate independence. We ignore interdependence. And the result is we have two groups, black men, black women, who actually need each other, but they don't really trust each other. Because when trust is gone, it becomes a power struggle. And when relationships become power struggles, somebody's trying to win. Now, I never understood this. Love is not about winning. It's supposed to be about responsibility. Responsibility to communicate, to walk away peacefully, control yourself, especially when things don't go your way. Black men, emotional discipline ain't optional. You don't get to harm somebody because you're hurt. You don't get to destroy because you lost control. That's weakness. Black women, standards have to be paired with discernment. Strength is not independence. It's decision-making. Choose wisely. It matters just as much as standing firmly. And for both, we got to relearn how to resolve conflict without escalation, if that makes sense. Because right now, too many disagreements are turning into destruction, and we can't afford that, not as individuals, not as families, definitely not as the black community. So when you hear about violent acts that we've heard in the past couple days, whether it's domestic or public, don't look at the act, look at the pattern. Well, what's the pattern? People who don't know how to handle pain. People who don't know how to handle rejection. But the real thing is people don't know how to handle themselves. And that's the real issue. When black men and black women stop seeing each other as partners and start seeing each other as opponents, you don't lose relationships. You lose stability. And when stability is gone, and we're pretty much there, it don't take much for conflict to turn to tragedy. Look at it like this. If the relationship is gasoline, what's the spark? Well, I'll tell you, the spark seems to come in two things. It comes down to really just two things in life. The money or the honey.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 101.7 The Truth.
I travel all around the world, Dr. Ken, and when I tell you, based on my experiences, this is like the number one country that cares. Like, everything is about money. Yep. Everything.
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
I've told people in the past, you have to be careful of what you complain about and what you use as a tool, because other people will take it and use it in the wrong way.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ and Mondays at 6 on 101.7 The Truth.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 101.7 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we don't leave success to chance. We're designed for it. With strong support, high expectations, and a team committed to excellence, our educators turn belief into outcomes every day. If you believe every child deserves an excellent education, join Milwaukee College Prep. Apply today. Visit mkeprep.com/jobs.
Hey Wisconsin, it's construction season and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones in your area. Check 511wi.gov or download the free 511 app to see current road work, closures, detours, and camera views on your route. Wherever your travels take you, know before you go with 511wi.gov. That's 511wi.gov. And remember, know before you go. Always park the phone while driving. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
After a crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the knowledge and experience to make sure you're protected. And we're here to help whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number if you want to talk about my Dr. Ken's Truth. Roll, 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 chicken boom, now roll, 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 chicken. I'm sorry, I had a flashback to my childhood. So, men and women in relationships is starting to get scary. Folk be losing they, like, what is that about? What is that about? So, I'm just a little torn up about it. I am bothered, and I know you heard the story, but I wanna jump into a topic that is really about the black community, because that's the one I care about, and it's from theroot.com, and I don't know if did anybody talk about the Louisiana shooting today? I don't know. The sun had not risen over Shreveport, Louisiana, when in a matter of minutes, a domestic dispute spiraled into a nightmare that would claim the lives of 8 children, the youngest only 3 years old. The tragedy is being described by local officials as the most devastating event in the city's history. Beyond the yellow tape, a picture of a fractured family began to emerge as the mass shooting suspect, identified by Shreveport police as Shamar Elkins, was in the middle of a volatile divorce, as according to family, friends, and KOMO Channel 8. Things came to a devastating and early Sunday morning when Shreveport Police Department said Elkins killed 8 kids, 7 of his own, and wounded 2 others during a murderous rampage. Authorities said the attacks began before sunrise when Elkins, who had been known to police, was arrested in 2019 in a firearms case and for driving while intoxicated in 2016, shot his wife of 2 years, Shaniqua Pugh, at a residence on Harrison Street. His killing spree continued when police said he drove to another home on West 79th Street where the act was carried out. It's at the second location he killed his 7 children, another child, shot an adult woman, and one of the children was found dead on the roof after apparently trying to escape. Others tried escaping through a back door. 3 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old, 10 years old, 11 years old, another 6-year-old, and then another 5-year-old. Elkins, 31, shared 4 kids with Pugh, 34, 3 children with another woman who lived nearby and who was also shot. Pugh has very serious injuries. Another unnamed woman has life-threatening injuries. 13-year-old boy jumped off the building's roof, had some broken bones, but is expected to recover. Doctors fought to stabilize the survivors at a nearby trauma center. Surrounding parishes was shattered by the roar of a car engine and a flash of police sirens when Elkins evaded police. And then, armed with a rifle, he carjacked the car, started a high-speed chase, and was subsequently shot and killed by police. The massacre at the hands of a father has become the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. since 8 people were killed in a Chicago suburb in January of 2024. He was stressed after Pugh asked for a divorce. The couple said Elkins was drowning in dark thoughts despite them offering help and encouragement. I don't get it. Can somebody explain this to me? 833-212-1017 is the number or the chat, or you can hit me on the YouTube chat. What's wrong with black people? I hate to say it like that, but what is wrong with black people? Every time I leave, something bad happens. Nonsense happens. Like, weird. Can't talk about it on the radio, but just like I leave town and when I come back, change has occurred at a significant rate. Can somebody help me with that? What's wrong with black people? And the answer can't be, well, white people do stuff too. We're not talking about white people. This is Milwaukee Black Talk. So let's talk about black people. Us. What is wrong? I don't understand. I do not understand. Babar, running on emotions is not enough. We are all emotional. We all cry. We get hurt. We get mad. We grieve. 8 kids? Come on. Now it sounds like excuses. Just making up stuff. It's not an excuse, it's an explanation. Excuses explain stupidity. Still an excuse. And here's the thing. Where are all the national, oh, that's right, we don't have any national leaders. They all passed away or died, and nobody's really stepping up to really do anything. where is former President Obama? Where is Michelle Obama, former First Lady? Where are all the where's, see, my brain just went. I was so upset. I had 20 different thoughts at the same time, and I had to pick which one to say. Where's Raphael Warnock? Why is anybody screaming and hollering about this and how tragic it is? Where are the people in Shreveport? Where are the what? Al, he wasn't emotionally unhinged. He wasn't emotionally unhinged. Stop blaming. It takes away the agency of people who actually have mental health when we blame everything people do that's outside the norm on mental health.
Some people are just evil.
Yep. Some people are just evil. You had to shoot somebody. You had to go somewhere. You had to get in the car and drive. Does not sound like an illogical person. When you think through the crime, plan, carry out, drive one place, then drive. That sounds like you made up your mind. I'm going to do this today, and here's what I'm going to do. It wasn't a spree shooting. A spree shooting is when you just get mad, boom, start shooting people, walk through the mall indiscriminately, drive and just shoot people. He went very specific places where specific people where he was related to, either married or kids of somebody, and killed them. Right. He was emotional. I've been emotional.
But I mean, like, there was emotion behind in what he was doing. It wasn't just a random act. Like, he felt some type of way to cause him to do that.
Well, yeah, he felt some kind of way, and there was emotion behind it, but it was also intentional. See, if you get emotional and do something, many times that's not intentional. Oh, I just got mad and punched them. That's not intentional. You got mad. When you get in your car and you get a rifle and you drive somewhere and you shoot somebody, and then you get in your car and then you drive somewhere and you find children and walk in and start shooting them, that's a problem. So it's a little bit more than emotion. There's emotion behind anything. Something's just weird. Something's up. And we've got nothing from leaders anywhere in the... Matter of fact, who are our black leaders? Anyway, not going to dig that hole today. I don't get it. 833-212-1017 is the number if you have any comments about Louisiana. But then as if 7 wasn't enough, right? As if 7 wasn't enough. When we come back, I want to talk about Justin Fairfax. What in God's name is going on? And now with 101.7 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lazaga.
894 southbound, we've got a crash at Oklahoma Avenue, or just south of. The left lane is blocked right now, and that's got backups all the way back to Blue Mound Road. Northbound on 41, backing up from Mayfair Road all the way up to Capitol Drive. Southbound 43 slow from Keefe down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy skies, a low of 41. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 70. Weather's brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Truth Nation, join the Milwaukee County Office of Equity on Saturday, April 25th at 10 a.m. for the Story of Wealth exhibition at the Wisconsin Black Historical Society. Discover how policies have shaped financial opportunities in Milwaukee and learn how we can break down barriers to success. Hear from a panel including keynote speaker James J.B. Bell. This event is free to attend with food provided, door prizes, and great music, so make sure you get there early.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Tap into the best power hour in radio in Milwaukee.
So altogether, you're looking at $1,780 for your mortgage and for your property taxes in a year. And that's before you have to deal with, obviously, your water bill and electric bill. That's a steep price that people have to pay. And based off those numbers I just ran, to afford a home like that, you got to make $65,000 a year. But the problem is, here in Milwaukee, the median household income is only $54,234. That's out of whack. So again, I am all about affordability. I'm all about people getting homes. But what we have to understand is that until homes are more affordable, you can have a supply and demand problem. But the problem that we have here in the city of Milwaukee is that these prices, when people are listing these houses, they're listing them for prices that people really can't afford. And even if you do get the house and you're paying that, you're living paycheck to paycheck. Home ownership is not about living paycheck to paycheck. Home ownership is about finding something that fits within your budget and building equity for the future.
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Milwaukee Brewers won their series against the Marlins over the weekend, but lost the final game 5-3 on Sunday. Manager Pat Murphy on The Miz.
And he did a nice job of settling in after they threw the ball good. Pitch count was up a little bit in terms of the efficiency that he needs. But I thought he threw the ball good. I think he learned something today about it.
Brewers are off today, but return to action tomorrow against the Tigers. Bucks point guard Ryan Rollins was left off the finalist list for most improved player. Rollins went from 6 points per game last year to 17 points per game this year, and also improved on every other stat. Tonka Nipple finished top of the Rookie of the Year ladder with a tight race against Cooper Flagg. Con shattered the rookie three-point record, finishing with 273. Rookie of the Year will be announced sometime during the playoffs. I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Hey, cool, get busy.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. This is Spring Thing, Milwaukee. Come out Saturday, May 2nd from 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Embassy Center, MKE 3725 North Sherman Boulevard. This is a free community resource fair. It's for ages 0 to 100. 0? Unborn? Anyway, get free diapers, baby wipes, groceries, haircuts while supplies last. Don't miss baby food prep classes and powerful maternal health speakers. Bishop Walter Harvey and Dalvery Blackwood. Doors open at 10:30 a.m. Come out. It's a spring thing. Don't miss it. That's Saturday, May 2nd, 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Embassy Center, MKE, 3725 North Sherman Boulevard. So since I'm on this depressing part, but let me go back and check the talk and text line. Let me go back and check the YouTube chat. First of all, let me take attendance. Hey, what's going up, Quanda? Hey, what's up, Willie? By the way, Willie, even if you're first, I'm gonna say hey to Quanda first because she's the hall monitor. So got to take care of the boss first. So she say, I'm here. Good evening, Dr. Ken. How are you doing? And welcome back. Well, thank you. Al said, dang, Dr. Ken. You are really on something deep today, man, and you have been just taking the conversation deeper and deeper. This is something good. This is some good sugar honey iced tea. Okay. Lucretia, what's going on? How are you, Babar? What is that, Babar? I don't know that. Hey, young person in the form of Zach, what does Babar's thing mean?
Let me look for
Babar 2028. It's a big red thing. What was that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's just a face.
I can't make it big, so I can't really see what the emoji is.
Just like a straight face, kind of.
Right. And then Quanda started talking to everybody else and blah, blah, blah. And just forgot about me. Babar said, running on emotions. Al said that brother was emotionally unhinged. There's no reason, absolutely none, to do what he did. Why are you giving him a reason and then saying it was bad that he did it? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. RC said, people hurt people hurt people. That's an excuse because some people aren't hurt and they still hurt people, especially when they feel like they were deeply invested in something. Well, you could lose anything. Why having a solid foundation in something good that transcends your own logic? I don't know what that even means. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I don't know. Quanda said, nice and quiet. Lucretia, see, Quanda and Lucretia having a BFF moment, and they talking back and forth like none of us are here. Babar said, okay, this is live. No kidding. Oh, it's not Babar. It's a different Babar. Okay. All right. Said Brother Z is a funny guy. Might be. It's a sad face. Why are you sad? Because you hear about what other people do and the foolishness that they do and the ridiculousness that they do. Well, if you think that was bad. Despite warning signs listed, this is from WUSA 9 TV station. Despite warning signs listed in court documents, former Virginia Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax was allowed to unsupervised visits with his kids amid divorce proceedings. So, the shocking murder-suicide of Dr. Serena Fairfax at the hands of her husband and former Virginia Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax has ignited a fierce discussion among legal experts over whether the court system could have done more after it recognized red flags that preceded the tragedy. I personally say yes. Fairfax County Police say the former rising political star shot and killed his wife in their Annandale home before turning a weapon on himself. One of the couple's 2 teenage children who were inside the home at the time was forced to call 911. The deaths occurred about a week before a divorce trial was scheduled to begin. While the tragedy had stunned the community, family law attorneys who reviewed the case say the warning signs, the alcohol abuse, the mental health decline, and the secret purchase of a firearm were documented in court. Megan McRae, a domestic relations attorney, said that when you have a parent who has alcoholic issues, mental health issues, access to firearms, it's a good indicator that there is potential for something volatile like this to happen. The couple's been embroiled in a bitter divorce since last summer. Despite separating over a year ago, they continue to live under the same roof. A possible yet high-stress arrangement. Following a 2-day custody hearing in March, Fairfax County Judge Timothy McAvoy ordered Justin Fairfax to vacate the home by the end of the month. Why would you give him a month? Nonsense. However, the ruling also granted the couple joint legal custody. Stupidity. So while Serena was awarded sole physical custody, the judge allowed Justin unsupervised visitation, provided he passed a breathalyzer test one hour before seeing the children. Legal experts argued that those safeguards were insufficient. Somebody can blow into a breathalyzer an hour ahead of time, start drinking immediately afterwards. This is what McRae said. If I got a parent who's drinking, you got to put those kids in a vulnerable situation. You're going to put them in a vulnerable situation. Court documents acknowledge Justin Fairfax is struggling, noting undefined emotional and psychological issues and a strained relationship with his children since leaving office in 2022. The court also noted that Justin had diverted funds meant for his children to purchase a firearm and had gone missing during a mental health decline. And the court did not mandate mental health treatment or parenting classes. Another attorney, Tanisha Gorgon, said it seemed protective of the of the father in the end. And that is what happens when you get a person who has a political slant in their life and people err on the side of that's my boy, that's my girl. And they let it slide. In Virginia, couples must live separate and apart for 1 year before a divorce can be finalized. While this can occur within the same house, provided the couple maintains separate quarters, does not share space, it's a powder keg. And so, yeah, women are saying it, I'd love to see the father out of the house sooner. Well, let's see the wife out the house sooner, too. Let's not turn it around and act like men, even though they're the majority of ones that do it. You got some evil women out there, too. You got some evil women. Makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. What is happening to the black community? Roland Martin made comments about Justin Fairfax as if Dr. Serena Fairfax was not the victim. Are you kidding me, dude? Are you kidding? Can you see if we can find some comments by Roland Martin before we go to break? We'll go to break and then try to find them. So we'll do that. And we don't have to play them this hour. We can play them next hour. It just boggles my mind that you have a victim in a mother who was shot multiple times. He might have been in emotional distress, but his actions were very intentional. But I can't speak what was on his mind, so I'm not going to blame mental health or anything. But at some point, the court failed. You saw all the signs, you saw all the information, but this is probably what? The 15th or 16th time you've seen, men come in and get blamed by women and doing this and doing that? Or was it because that he was a former lieutenant governor and you supported him? (833-212-1017) is the number. How are we going to fix this instability? How do we fix it? How do we fix the instability that is in our community? because it's not going anywhere. It doesn't seem like it. It can be fixed. I don't think people want to. I really don't. I don't think people don't want to fix anything. They'd rather get paid. I don't know. Your thoughts. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris.
This is Sherwin Hughes from The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. And Truth Nation, you can now watch my show live on YouTube every day from 9 a.m. until noon. Yep, you can get 3 full hours of watching Sherwin doing his thing streaming live on YouTube Monday through Friday. You'll get the same insightful conversations about policy, politics, and lifestyle while also seeing my reaction to the unpredictability of our listeners. So go to YouTube right now, subscribe to 1017 The Truth, and see this wonderful smile live every day. Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about 4 walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
It's a spring thing, Milwaukee. Join us Saturday, May 2nd from 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Embassy Center MKE, 3725 North Sherman Boulevard. This free family community resource fair is for ages 0 to 100. Get free diapers, baby wipes, groceries, haircuts while supplies last. Don't miss baby food prep classes and powerful maternal health speakers, Bishop Walter Harvey and Dalvery Blackwell. Doors open at 10:30. Come early. It's a spring thing. Don't miss it.
Don't miss one of Milwaukee's favorite summer traditions, the U-Path Ride for Arts, presented by Miller Lite, returns Sunday, May 31st. Ride a fully closed 20-mile course across the Hone Bridge with incredible lakefront views. Kids 12 and under ride free thanks to the Brewers Community Foundation. All in support of Southeastern Wisconsin Performing Arts. 7 a.m. start, finish at UPath Fest on Summerfest grounds. Register today at upathride.org. That's UPAFRIDE.org.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
It's Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're going to cigar bars with, playing basketball with, watching games with, who are triggered, who are angry, who are committing acts of domestic violence, or they are on the pathway to commit acts of domestic violence, including the ultimate act, which is murder or murder-suicide. Yeah. And what cannot happen, we cannot be gathering all the time for fun and games, for stepping, for strolling, for enjoyment, and not having and creating spaces for real, intimate, personal, painful, difficult, challenging conversations, because we say, that's not what alphas do. That's not what the Boule does. That's not what Omegas do. That's not what Prince Hall Mason do. No. So we have these spaces. And then what we have to also then do is begin to open the doors of the church, open the doors of our organizations to brothers who are not in our circles, to say, If y'all need a place to come talk, to come share, to come deal with this, then come here as well. Because the ultimate goal is very simple. The ultimate goal is whether it is a mother or a wife or a aunt or a niece or a daughter or a cousin, is for them not to go through this life terrified of the black man who is in their life.
Right.
They are
But does he ever acknowledge the fact that a woman was killed and that it's a shame? Later, he complains because one of the organizations he's in told him to take down a Facebook post. So instead of just deleting the Facebook post, he has to pontificate about, I don't delete, blah, 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 blah. Like, dude, talk about the ultimate sign of disrespect. Talk about the ultimate sign of just saying one thing and doing something else. I get it. I get it. You talk about black male organizations should combat domestic violence and confront mental health. But I don't know where you've been, but as a man of Alpha Phi Alpha, they've been doing that and been talking about mental health and been having workshops. Have you been there? Okay, I'm just let me quit. Let me quit. Al, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. How are you this afternoon?
I'm doing wonderful. I hope everybody is having a good day. I think it's the choices and decisions people are making. They're not looking at the warning signs. And they have this bottom feeder outlook, which means you settle. And that's horrible. All right?
Correct.
If you don't have your stuff together, I'm not for you. But y'all still go along with it. And then you find out.
Well, I can save them. I can save them.
No, you can't save nobody.
I can fix them.
They got to save themselves and fix themselves. Because what happens, they make their baggage your baggage, then they use their excuse for their baggage to do what they do to you. And that's why this roller coaster keep going. If you don't got your stuff together, you ain't for me. You got a bunch of kids, you ain't for me. If you got this the hood in this house, you ain't for me. So people got to stop settling. And it goes for man and woman. You don't have to settle. If you're looking for something better, invest in yourself so you can find somebody that's on a higher level. But if you choose to settle, you ain't getting nothing good at the bottom. Because you're going to still be messing with bottom feeders.
Well,
so
they may not, Al, they may not be bottom feeders. They may just be the wrong person. They may just be, you cannot coexist with this particular person.
Yeah, but it always goes back to that energy. Because, see, you might have the potential, you doing everything right, and it's almost like a leak.
No. What do you mean do everything right? Like what? Because every relationship is different. Every relationship is different. Every interaction of people is different. So what do you mean by that?
What I mean is you can be trying to talk. You could be trying to figure things out. You could be going through the steps. Somewhere down the line, you got to disconnect it. Sometimes you got to let it rot. Okay?
You let a lot of stuff rot.
Yes, I do. Because life is too short to be going through all this domestic and that. They got all them issues. Let them ride with their own issues, and you go become greatness. Because if you don't, they going to pull you down right on down. And then when they get themselves together, they going to fake like they got it right, leave you down there, and go make another victim. Don't be a victim. Let them be a victim. Let them ride. Because you only got one life. You only got one person to worry about is you. You don't care about their potential. You don't care about their mental health. They already tainted. Sometimes you got to pull the plug. Pull it.
Is there a way to help people, though? Like, shouldn't we be helping people overcome? Shouldn't we be supportive of people that need help?
We can be. We can be supportive, but the person got to want to help themselves.
That's not what I asked. I didn't ask we can. I said, should we?
To be honest, no.
No, Al, lie
That's
to me.
doing too much.
Lie to me, Al. I want you to lie.
I'm not going to lie. No.
What do you mean it's too much?
You gotta let
to
them
show
rock.
your fellow brother or sister, black man or black woman, some love and some forgiveness and some support is too much?
Not if it's not as good. Not at the cost of me getting a bullet and having PTSD. Not today.
But what if
Absolutely
it's not? But what if it's not? What if they just struggling? What if I'm just struggling? Like, too bad? Fix yourself?
Well, can I say? Well, here's the thing. You can try to help a person, and they still gonna do the same stuff. So they have to help themselves.
They might.
Your help is not needed.
They might. You might be the linchpin.
Well,
you might be the catalyst for them making a realization and waking up and doing right. I didn't say stay with the person, but I mean, really?
They could have did that before you.
Wow. That's pretty heartless,
You're just a
Al.
test drive.
That's pretty heartless,
No, it's
Al.
not. That's reality.
No, that's your reality.
That's
That's pretty heartless.
Well, that's all right, but I live it every day, and I don't go through none of it. I get what I want when I want, and I don't deal with none of it. Let them rock, him or her. And if they got kids, they can suffer too. How about that?
Sounds pretty selfish. Thank you much, Al. Appreciate you.
That's all right.
No, it's
Bye.
not. 833-212. I like what? I guess you just live a lonely existence. Oh, Sherry, come on. We know that. But watch this. Race doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's black people or white people or the white lady. She talked about the white lady filed a restraining order against her black ex-husband. I don't know why that matters. But just to show restraining orders don't work. In that instance, it didn't work. In some instances, it works. Why is that? Because some people will follow straight restraining orders, and some people won't. Some people will not. He didn't. So I'm just, and she didn't have a restraining order on him. They were just separated. She didn't have a restraining order. So that's one thing. There's a lot of things going around about this story that are going to come out and pan out, and we have to be ready for it. But I think we have to remember the victims. Melissa said, Al can be so mean. I haven't heard him say, my heart goes out to such and such. He comes in and goes straight to checking people. Well, that's how some people need to be. I'm not going to judge him. I can only speak for me. At some point, you got to forgive people. At some point, you have to love people as they are, with all the warts and the problems and if you don't want to love them, don't love them. But to be destructive about it is it's unacceptable. And I, for one, well, let me not get started. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. When we come back, I'm going to hit the talking text line and the YouTube chat, see what they're talking about. And, of course, as usual, hey, Kwanda, Top 5 at 5 up next.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
So I was shocked that they let an advocate get on the air, because I was like, man, do y'all really want to know what's really going on out here in these streets? I wish I could have a whole show that y'all could listen to every phone call that come to my. I could do a whole show on my voice message. Just people calling, talking about what's happening. Just off the voice message, y'all wouldn't even believe what I got in my voice message. That if I'm gonna start a podcast after show, I'm gonna let y'all hear the raw material, because we can't even play it on the air. That's how real it is out here. That's why I ain't got time for all y'all all that extra stuff that y'all be trying to do. I'm just happy that we're able to have these great, powerful conversations, but I'ma always remind y'all that we gotta still get out here and get to work.
The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m., live on YouTube and right here on 101.7 The Truth.
You've been diagnosed with COPD, but breathing seems to be getting harder. Everyday activities, walking to the mailbox, going up the stairs, talking on the phone take more effort than they used to. You're short of breath more often. Flare-ups are happening more frequently. And slowly, life starts to feel smaller. Is this you? If your COPD symptoms are getting worse, there may be options that can help you breathe easier and get back to doing more of what matters to you. That could mean walking further, spending more time with family and friends, feeling more confident leaving the house, and getting back to the life you want to live. If your COPD is changing, it's time to have a conversation with your doctor. Visit the COPD Foundation website at isthisyoucopd.org to learn the signs of severe and worsening COPD and the right questions to ask next. Take action today. Breathe better tomorrow.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
Listen to the man who tells you exactly how he sees it. The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris every weekday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Still bothered by the first hour. Still drives me. But before I go, I got a question because I got a poll question I want to throw out there, and I got a poll question for the day. Let me see if I can find it because I got too much. Are relationships worth it? Is yes or no? Are they worth it? Is the juice worth the squeeze? Is the juice worth the squeeze? Are relationships worth it? Yes or no? You can go to the YouTube chat at www.youtube.com/@101.7 The Truth. Toward the end of the hour, we'll talk about and go through what the poll says. Because right now, it ain't looking too good. It's not. It's not looking too good. It really isn't. Al said Al said Al 8507 said the alcohol didn't help. Miles say, amen. Camille said, I hope he learns from that. He who learns for what? Like, what are we talking about? Did you get in late, Camille? Because, yeah. Alcohol is an uninhibitor. You hope Roland learns from it? Roland's not going to learn from it. This ain't the first time Roland's done that. No, that ain't the first time. He could have simply deleted the post and been done. He had to go and call out the organization and let people. No. He could have simply just ended it. Could have just ended it. Alcohol is the great uninhibitor. So whatever guardrails you have up, whatever being upset or mad at him or mad at her, if you alter your mental state, those guardrails are gone. Alcohol will uninhibit you. That girl that looked real pretty, that guy that looked real hot, you will walk up to him and grab him in his crotch and not think twice about it. Why? Because you was drinking liquor. And you thought, I'd love to grab him in your mind. But your sane, logical self goes, what is wrong with you? You can go to jail for that. What? He is hot, though. No, I'm not going to do that. What's wrong with you? Get a little drink in you, walk right up to him. You know how I know this? I saw it. It happened to my partner. We were on duty. She went to jail. So if you can imagine getting upset or mad and your heart is breaking and you want to lash out at the person that hurt you, that's unconscionable. I'm sorry. I cannot have any sympathy for anybody under those circumstances that harms a person and then harms themselves. None. Zero. I can't. And am I being selfish? Am I being unforgiving? Most definitely. But at least I'm intentionally doing it, right? I'm not pretending like, no, I'm not ambivalent. I say no. Absolutely not. Nope. Absolutely not. But we seem to have gotten used to people doing things and not screaming about it, not crying about it, not being upset about it, to the point where you talk about him, Justin Fairfax, and his life and his struggles. That woman's dead. They lost their mother. They're never coming back. Father, I'm not really feeling. First of all, I think it's unfortunate that anybody would lose their life. Anybody, under any circumstances, I think it's unfortunate. And I feel for those children who are now orphans. They don't have any parents. They have to live the rest of their lives under the shadow of the Fairfax name. It's unfortunate. What's more unfortunate is a community that's not saying anything or doing anything. Hats off to Roland Martin, who at least brought it up, but I think the point of view should have been for the victim. Like, I don't have to castigate the person that did it and still show some support for the victim and their family. But who am I? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Number 5.
So I came across this poll, and it happened to be written by a guy by the name of Jason Fields. Well, not the poll, but the article about the poll, an opinion piece. Jason Fields and Tim Higgins. Now, Jason Fields, as you well know, he's the chief strategy officer in Madison at the let me get it right. At the Center for Black Excellence and former Democratic member of the State Assembly. Tim Higgins is a small business owner, longtime Republican activist from Appleton. And Jason is a teammate here at 1017 The Truth. So I thought I'd dive into their comments about poll reveals disturbing view of Wisconsin election trustworthiness. So what did they find out? I could read this whole thing, or I'll give you the Cliff Notes, the Reader's Digest condensed. Do we even have is Reader's Digest even out anymore? Anyway, a recent Marquette poll, this is from JS Online, a recent Marquette Law School poll found nearly 1 in 4 Wisconsin voters are not confident their vote will be accurately counted. The same poll revealed that 44% of voters believe local election officials falsify vote counts at least some of the time. And the authors argue that Wisconsin's decentralized election system, run by nearly 2,000 local clerks, has multiple safeguards to ensure accuracy and security, which I really don't believe. After investigating the process, a bipartisan group found the state's election system to be accurate, reliable, and secure. Okay. And the column encourages citizens, this is what they talked about, to engage with their local election officials to build confidence in the integrity of the voting process. But that means that you got to count them all, that they got to all show up, that we need the post office to actually deliver ballots, like, on time, stuff like that. Stuff like that. That means that during an election, you need to assign people to do just ballots and then take them in before the polls close. Like, I don't understand how we could miss that. They said their perspective is informed by their involvement in Pillars of the Community Project. It's made up of a diverse group of civic and community leaders from both political parties who have the opportunity to sit down with election officials, learn more about the election administration. Officials walk through the process step by step, and they had the opportunity to ask tough questions. All the tough questions they could think of. What we found was not a system ripe for manipulation, but one that was accurate, reliable, secure, and administered by dedicated public servants. I believe that. We got a couple knuckleheads in there, like the one in Madison, but she's gone. Multiple layers of safeguards are in place to prevent actual fraud and protect against honest human error. Paper ballots record every vote cast are kept, and audits are performed to ensure accuracy after each election. Here's the part why I wanted to share with you. That's not to say there isn't room for improvement. Every system, including our election process, should always be looking for ways to improve. That said, what we found is fundamental underpinnings of our election process are sound. After seeing the system firsthand, we came away confident our local election officials are committed to administering elections fair and accurately. There's no indication of intent to manipulate outcomes or put a thumb on the scale, but healthy criticism is part of a democracy, and so is a willingness to engage directly with the facts. The more we learn about those who run our elections and the system they oversee, the more our confidence in election integrity will grow. I guess I agree. I'm not agreeing because Jason Fields is a friend of mine, but I'm agreeing because at some point we would have had significantly more fraud and significantly more. Now, do I think that there are places where people cheat? Absolutely. I find it reprehensible. Well, not reprehensible. That's a pretty strong word. I find it silly that Eric Holder, who was against, gerrymandering and changing election, we can't do that. It'll make the Republicans stronger. Then had a turn and said because of Trump, then we should do it. Okay, time out, dude. Like, which one is it? We can't do that. I think we just need to set them and then stop. And when the population changes, then let's change. They change boundaries. Everybody does it. Dems do it. Republicans do it. Personally, I'm getting kind of tired of elections.
Number 4.
This from Fox6Now.com. 2 people were shot in Milwaukee early morning hours of Sunday the 19th, and one of those people has died. What we know is that according to the Milwaukee Police Department, at about 1:40 a.m., a 28-year-old was shot at 13th and Rogers. The shooting victim was pronounced dead at the scene. And at Fond du Lac and Capitol, at 2:25 a.m., an 18-year-old was shot and taken to the hospital for treatment of non-life-threatening injuries. So, police are looking for those responsible, and of course, anyone with information is asked to contact the Milwaukee Police Department at 414-935-7360.
Number 3.
And speaking of looking, also from Fox6Now.com, from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, investigators say an argument, here's another one, turned violent between a father and a son. The Sheboygan man is now charged with strangling his child. What we know, Taylor Campbell's been on the run since April. It's still April. Anyway, police say he got angry when his son said he was going to a friend's house. The son was grabbed around the throat by his father and thrown on the ground, says a detective and a U.S. Marshal Task Force officer, and hit him repeatedly. Boy was taken to the hospital for injuries. Campbell was charged with child abuse and strangulation. He disappeared a year ago. The father left the area and has not made efforts to turn himself in since. The 33-year-old has passed arrest for drugs, for assault, has ties to Plymouth and Sheboygan, and one of the reasons I'm reading this story, Milwaukee. He has a tattoo of a turtle with a drug paraphernalia on his upper left forearm. The message is for him to hold himself accountable and turn himself in. It's a very serious matter, especially when you bring into the fact that it was a strangulation. Taylor Campbell is 6'1", weighs 220 pounds, and if you know where Campbell is or you have information, you're urged to contact the U.S. Marshal tip line at 414-297-3707. You will remain anonymous. And it looks like, well, I say this tongue-in-cheek, MPS is getting a little funny with the money.
Number 2.
So, from WISN.com and a story by Matt Smith, Milwaukee Public School Superintendent Brenda Casalia said it would be wonderful if Wisconsin teachers could again collectively bargain and Act 10 was reversed, even amid an intensifying feud with the teachers union over the district's projected $46 million deficit. That's the person who supports unions and labor. Come on. I get that. That's her job as superintendent. But one of the things is she's proposing a combination of job cuts, roughly 260 positions eliminated, and a majority of those at the district office, along delaying raises for teachers. And the union is asking the board to reject the proposal. Like, how much money can y'all get for doing a bad job? Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm just harassing teachers. I like to harass teachers. Teachers are my favorite people. No, they are, seriously. I support teachers 100%, both public and private. So if you're just public, well, that's on you.
Number 1.
Another crash claims another life. You may have heard Milwaukee police are investigating a deadly crash that killed a 31-year-old driver. Occurred at 60th and Hampton around 10:30 p.m. last night. Police say 26-year-old driver was heading on North 60th when another vehicle collided with another car. The driver of the second vehicle was taken to the hospital but died from their injuries. The 26-year-old has been taken into custody and charges are pending. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. I got some questions. And since Winky Blue is holding on and you're in the YouTube chat, and I can get you on the talk and text line at 833-212-1017, I guess I should ask you too. But remember, we got the poll questions. Are relationships worth it? Should I take a peek? Let me take a peek. Let me take a peek and see what y'all saying. Where's the poll? Can you pop the poll up? Because I want to see. Are relationships actually worth it?
You have to refresh your page. There's nothing I can do to make.
Oh, I got to refresh my page? Okay. So the question was, are relationships worth it? Or is the juice worth the squeeze? 67% say yes, 38% said no. And when we come back, I'm going to read one of those comments, I think from somebody that voted no. And we got Winky Blue coming up. We got the talk and text line, and you're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris.
Need a way to hype up your day?
Hello, is this Shirley?
This is she.
Shirley, you are our Gruber 5K giveaway winner this quarter. Congratulations.
What would you do with $5,000?
Going to look at buying me a pickup truck. That will be some of my down payment.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
I love you guys.
It's a spring thing, Milwaukee. Join us Saturday, May 2nd from 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Embassy Center, MKE, 3725 North Sherman Boulevard. This free family community resource fair is for ages 0 to 100. Get free diapers, baby wipes, groceries, haircuts while supplies last. Don't miss baby food prep classes and powerful maternal health speakers, Bishop Walter Harvey and Dalvery Blackwell. Doors open at 10:30. Come early. It's a spring thing. Don't miss it.
April is Global Volunteer Month. Wisconsin's volunteers are transforming our communities every day through their acts of service. Wondering how you can give back? Find the perfect volunteer opportunities at volunteerwisconsin.org or contact your local United Way or volunteer center. On volunteerwisconsin.org, you can filter opportunities by location, organization, cause, accessibility, and more to find your best fit. VolunteerWisconsin.org is hosted by United Way of Wisconsin and Serve Wisconsin. Paid for by United Way of Wisconsin.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Hey, Truth Nation, join the Milwaukee County Office of Equity on Saturday, April 25th at 10 a.m. for the Story of Wealth exhibition at the Wisconsin Black Historical Society. Discover how policies have shaped financial opportunities in Milwaukee and learn how we can break down the barriers to success. Hear from a powerful panel: Michelle Bryant, Claiborne Benson, Deborah Blanks, Kirk Harris, and keynote speaker James J.B. Bell. This event is free to attend with food provided, door prizes, and great music. So make sure you get there early. That's the Milwaukee County Office of Equity, Saturday, April 25th, 10 a.m. for the Story of Wealth exhibition, Wisconsin Black Historical Society. 833-212-1017 is the number. We're monitoring the poll. Are relationships worth it? Is the juice worth the squeeze, y'all? 62% say yes. And once again, 38% said, nope. Speaking of no, Winky Blue, what's going on?
Good afternoon to you guys.
Hey, what's up?
Good afternoon. All righty. The question was, what was the gentleman's name up in Sheboygan?
Oh, Campbell. Hang on, let me get the name. Wisconsin's most wanted. His name is Taylor Campbell, 6'1", 220 pounds, male, white.
Okay.
Wanted for child abuse.
You didn't say white at first. Right, I got you. Okay, you didn't say white at first. That's what I was trying to figure out.
So what?
Okay, he's white.
Dude, I said Sheboygan.
Ain't nobody gonna go around and say, "Hey, I'm Campbell. I'm wanted." So you have to identify him with the tattoos and stuff.
No, I don't.
Right?
No, I don't.
Well, whoever seen him got to identify. He ain't just finna go out and tell everybody, "Hi, I'm Naomi Campbell."
You just wanted to say it was a white guy. You just wanted to say it was a white guy. Just stop.
Hey, man, I just wanted to make sure it was a white guy that was on the run for doing something like that.
The fact that I said dude hang out in Sheboygan, Plymouth, and Milwaukee, you should have known it was a white guy. Come on, dude. Come on.
No, there's a lot of afros up there, man.
They ain't letting you get north of Highway 60, player. Stop it. Stop it.
Well, I don't know about that, Doc.
I'm just kidding.
There's a lot of blacks up there right now.
I know. I'm just.
Well, let me ask you another question.
Yes, sir.
You're talking about these relationships,
right?
Now, are you negating that to the situation that happened down south with the guy or the guy that killed his old lady in a relationship, or the guy that got mad and took all the babies?
Both of them.
Oh, both of them.
Both of them.
Well, see, love will do that. Love will take you into love, man.
That ain't love. No.
Okay.
No.
Well, what is it?
No.
What could make it? And ain't no feeling sorry for the dad because he don't want no sympathy.
He's a psychopath. He's a psychopath. He is a psychopath.
Well, okay, that would be the clinical term.
And all alcohol did is enhance that and remove the guardrails so that they could act a fool. And that's what they did.
Was he drinking?
I believe so. I know.
The guy that killed his wife, the politician.
Yes.
The politician was
drinking. They said that he has, gone into mental health issues and alcohol and deadbeat dad and all kind of stuff. And that was all in the court records, and they still gave him.
He was having an affair. He was being accused of an affair.
No, that was back in. No, listen, time out. A lot of that stuff was back in 2019. So there's a long list of things where they came at him and they found out that it was innocent. It was political stuff going after him. But here's what people miss. And Winky Blue, I hope you got my back when I say this. You can't blast off and become lieutenant governor at 38. That's a little young. You need some life experience. You need some struggles. You need some. Not to say that you can't struggle at 38. I get it. But to have that limelight and then have it taken away from you,
we just had one like that.
You're not mature enough to handle that. That can rock.
We just had one like that.
Where?
My brother, we just had that. What's his name? How old is that guy?
He's 44 now. He's 44 now.
Okay, well that's the same thing.
But then he lost. He lost it a while ago.
We're gonna say Jesus. Well, then we're gonna say Jesus didn't have the experience to be who he was at 30.
Yeah, but they killed him. So I'm just saying.
Well, listen. I think if a brother can do it, I understand where you're coming from. But if a guy, if a guy has the qualifications, and it depends on how he's.
It doesn't mean it's yours. It doesn't mean it's yours. It just means you're qualified. Well, I'm qualified for a lot of stuff. Let me go back to the thing
with the man.
Yes.
The guy killed the relationship deal. Listen, a person that's in love and this guy don't have anything else, and the judge was going to kick him out at the end. They already gave him he had to leave at the end of the month.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So basically, the man is homeless. Okay, probably. We don't know what his bankroll look like. He probably ain't got no hustling skills to live out here in the jungle. So he just gonna be out here, man. He can wind up at the rescue mission.
Well, he was already drinking. He was already causing trouble. He was already
I get all of that, Dr. Ken.
What does that have to do with the fact that he
been poisoning the kids against him? Every time they get in a fight, she bring up something.
Let me help you with something. Let me help you with something.
Sure.
His kids were teenagers. And I don't care what you say about somebody. I don't care what rumors you spread about me. I don't care what you say about me, what I did or didn't do, and scandal and all that. You do not have a right. You do not have a right to take someone's life. You are making excuses. No, you're making excuses.
No. I'm trying. I get that part. I get
so
that
I'm talking
part.
about
but
her
what would
life.
trigger the man to do it, brother?
No, absolutely not. There should be nothing in your life that would cause you to trigger
shouldn't be,
to
but
shoot
it
a
is.
woman.
And the graveyard is full of people like that, Dr. King.
I'm done,
The
man.
graveyard is full of people.
I thought better of you.
And then the guy that killed all the 8 kids.
No.
He might have found out they wasn't his.
No. I'm done. Have a good day, Winky. Bye.
Okay.
What happened? You're making excuses for somebody that killed 8 babies? You're making excuses for somebody that shot their wife multiple times? Oh, she might have said something. What? I can't think of anything that somebody could say to me that I loved that would make me shoot them. Like nothing. I got 20 kids, and these 20 kids ain't yours. They from 20 different men. Okay, I'm out. Like, done. But that's the mature me. That's why some things need to wait. Like some things in your life you need to skip, and you need to get a little maturity under you, and a little life under you, and a little struggle under you. Because dude flamed out at 38. He hit the pinnacle at 38. That's scary. And the fact that another man could say, she might have said something to make him shoot her? I'm going to say something that I never thought I'd say about Winky Blue. That's stupid. And now with the final traffic check of the day, here's Debbie Lazica.
We have a new crash right now. It's on the ramp from Good Hope Road to southbound 41. So just be prepared for that. That earlier accident along Oklahoma Avenue on southbound 894, that one has been cleared out of the way. So we got that going for us. Still going to be slow from about Swan Boulevard down past Lincoln. So careful with that. Southbound 43 also going to be heavy from Keefe all the way down to the KK River crossing. Northbound's backed up out of the Marquette up towards Keefe. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, a low of 41. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 70. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazica on 101.7 The Truth.
Join Cousins Club Rewards today. Grab your first sub and your next one could be free. After your first qualifying purchase, you'll earn a free sub and start collecting points for free food, exclusive deals, and even Cousins gear. Sign up today. It's fast and easier than ever on the Cousins Subs app. Earn points online, on the app, or in store. However you enjoy Cousins Subs, your rewards are right at your fingertips. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. you might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Milwaukee Brewers won their series against the Marlins over the weekend, but lost the final game 5-3 on Sunday. Manager Pat Murphy on The Miz.
And he did a nice job of settling in after they threw the ball good. Pitch count was up a little bit in terms of the efficiency that he needs. But I thought he threw the ball good. I think he learned something today about it.
Brewers are off today, but return to action tomorrow against the Tigers. Bucks point guard Ryan Rollins was left off the finalist list for Most Improved Player. Rollins went from 6 points per game last year to 17 points per game this year, and also improved on every other stat. Concanipple finished top of the Rookie of the Year ladder with a tight race against Cooper Flagg. Con shattered the rookie three-point record, finishing with 273. Rookie of the Year will be announced sometime during the playoffs. I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Now, when I said what he said was stupid. That was stupid. But I'm not calling him stupid. So let's get in a hole. Norm, you're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. How are you?
What's up, my brother? How you doing, man?
Well, I've been better. I left my cafe mocha outside, running off at the mouth. I came in here, went to drink something warm, and now it's cold water. Like it's going downhill fast.
You said something 2 weeks ago about coffee. I didn't know. You right about that. Leave that coffee pot alone and all that stuff. And
Dude,
let it build
never
up,
said
man.
stop. I
Good.
never said stop drinking coffee. I ain't never.
No, I'm talking about let it build up when you making your coffee.
Oh yeah.
You ain't got to clean it out. You ain't got to clean the pot
You
all
gotta give it some character.
Well, anyway.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, with what he just said, man, you made me forget what I was about to say. But anyway, when it comes to all that bull stuff, with these kids and all that stuff, man, you know, the love and people with relationships and all that stuff, man, I don't know, man. What you find the right person or you don't find them, I don't know, man. But
is anybody
you
right?
Can't be that mean. You
is
can't
anybody
be that
right,
mean.
Though? Is anybody that right? Is anybody perfect? No.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
But you can't be that mean. Why you? Man, if you going, I don't believe in nobody getting killed or nothing.
No.
But man,
watch your language.
Go to another country, go to another city or something. Don't just mess up everybody's lives. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go somewhere else or move around.
Right.
I forgot what I was calling you from. All right, brother. I'll call you back later. Have a good one. Peace, man.
Love you, man. 833-212-1017 is the number if you got a question or comment. Let me check the talk and text line. Dr. Ken Wesley said, Dr. Ken, thanks always for giving us interesting topics that help us become better neighbors. I believe our relationships are worth it. Whether you stay together or separate as friends or family, the only way things can change for the better is a smarter person to forgive and begin to help the struggling other person's mind to understand. This way, love will defeat both parties' anger towards each other. I'd love to agree with that, but yeah. I ain't got that much faith. Gary said, how do you allow that guy to come on the radio talking that foolishness? Same way I let people text me with foolishness. That's what we're here for. Truth Nation is made up of a lot of different people. You can disagree with him if you want, but yeah, it just is what it is. This is what it is. John said, this tells me after listening to the last caller, Dr. Ken, you have never been in love. He's never been in love. Okay. All right. Miles said, what does love have to do with the way one reacts? It's just a question, by the way. John said, or the lady that you're in love with now, the lady that you're in love with now is the only one you've ever been in love with, so you never experienced. I think what we're doing is we're making excuses for how people feel and how people think, when in fact we have no idea what was on his mind. We can only assume, but we really don't know. We know what's happened in the past, and we know there's a pattern of men and women breaking up and men shooting and killing, just like there's a pattern of women breaking up and women shooting and killing. If you remove gender, it's bad. I guess we like to use gender because, we want to. But the problem is there's a victim. Somebody died, and that should not happen. You shouldn't be killing your kids. That should not happen. And Mal said, love should not be about causing harm to people. Watch this. I'm going to give them both sides. Absolutely right. What's the other side? Really, Mal? You can love somebody and just love them. And that's all. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can say about it. There's nothing you can deal with. You just love them. And you're not with them. And you're not hanging out with them. And it's unfortunate. But at some point, I don't care how you feel. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what happened. Killing somebody? No. Absolutely not. Killing somebody? Absolutely not. 60% say yes, 40% say no, our relationship's worth it. Is the juice worth the squeeze? 60% say yes. John said it's called loving someone to death. Really? Wow. Really? Let me stop. All right, so I got some questions for you all, and I wanted to ask some questions, and I need you to give me a call. What are you most confident about regarding yourself? 833-212-1017 is the number. What are you most confident about? Because that means that you're fearful, right? Confidence covers up fear. You're scared, so you got to build up your confidence to overcome it. What are you most confident about regarding yourself? In other words, what are you fearful of and you have to build up so that you can do it? And so now you are a star. Like, what is that? 833-212-1017 is the number. What are you most confident about regarding you? Now, you know what that means? That means you got to be a little transparent. That means you got to be a little open and say, I'm most transparent about that. And so in order to say that you're most confident about something means that you have to be vulnerable. You have to be open. You have to be transparent about that. Eight 833-212-1017 is the number. When we come back, I'm going to tell you mine. Like, I'm going to tell you what I am most confident about regarding myself. And when you speak that way, it sounds a little arrogant. Well, that's a lie. It sounds a lot arrogant. But if you know that you know, and it's about you, then I say it's really not arrogant. It's really not confidence. I know. And so when we come back, I'm going to tell you mine. And I see you throwing some stuff in the talking text line, but what is the most confident thing about you? You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is a talking text line. You can give me a call or you can hit us on the YouTube chat. I'm here.
Truth Nation, it's your boy Tory Lowe, and I need to let you know the award-winning Tory Lowe Show can now be streamed live on YouTube. How? Every day from 1 to 4. Truth Nation, I am now bringing all the smoke on YouTube every single weekday. Hey, how? I need you to go to YouTube right now and subscribe to 1017 The Truth and check out the award-winning Tory Lowe Show live every afternoon. Milwaukee Black Talk is now streaming live on YouTube. Now that's powerful.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's a spring thing, Milwaukee. Join us Saturday, May 2nd from 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Embassy Center MKE, 3725 North Sherman Boulevard. This free family community resource fair is for ages 0 to 100. Get free diapers, baby wipes, groceries, haircuts while supplies last. Don't miss baby food prep classes and powerful maternal health speakers, Bishop Walter Harvey and Dalvery Blackwell. Doors open at 10:30. Come early. It's a spring thing. Don't miss it.
Are you or a loved one facing addiction? The Wisconsin Addiction Recovery Helpline offers free and confidential support 24/7. Powered by 211 Wisconsin, local trained specialists can help connect you with local service providers for treatment, peer support, harm reduction tools, and more. Call 211, text your zip code to 898-211, or chat at 211wisconsin.org. Help is waiting. Sponsored by United Way of Wisconsin.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. 46 minutes after the hour. 45 degrees. The high today was only 47, so the low's going to be around 41. But, of course, it feels like it's 38. Why is that? Because the winds are from the southeast at about 16 miles an hour. So you need a jacket. You need a jacket. So the question that I was asking is what are you most confident about regarding you? Speaking of you, Todd, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. How are you?
Good afternoon, Dr. Ken. I'm very well. I hope you had a nice weekend, sir.
I did. I traveled and went to a conference and had a great time, and now I'm back.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I missed you, and I'm sure we all missed you Thursday, Friday.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. To that question, I thought about it, and one of the other things that we had spoke about last week. I had said that, as a little boy and kind of a young adult, we had moved a lot.
Right.
And I thought about, your question, and I think I'm kind of confident in being a good mediator. And, I'm sure you know as well as, police work, you pretty much put fires out all the time. So
right.
You're should be a fireman, not a copper. But at any rate, so I guess it'd be a mediator and maybe seeing both points of view between different things that would come up during the night, different calls.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that goes back to moving a lot as a child and being able to get along with everybody because you're kind of thrown in the fire and it's up to you to figure it out. That and in throwing some humor in. Just to kind of, I work with some deputies and they go in and somebody was going no matter what, and I didn't operate that way. I did not. So I would say a mediator, sir.
Okay. Well, thank you much. I appreciate that, Todd.
You're welcome, sir. Bye.
All right. Not a lot of people can say they mediate well, that they enter in. But then again, when people get into it and they get heated. But I think about all the times I did that as a cop. You go somewhere and it's a volatile situation and people got weapons and all that, and you go. And it's just, I guess it's a different mindset from what we, talked about. And so all this started from the Justin Fairfax and the Louisiana, 8 kids that got shot and killed, and the guy that was subsequently shot and killed, the 7 children and the 1 guy, and Justin Fairfax who killed his wife, Dr. Serena Wanzer Fairfax, and then killed himself and left his teenage kids as orphans. And talking about men and women in relationships and how even though we purport to mention men all the time, it does in fact happen that women do in fact shoot and kill men in what I like to call testy relationships. And so we need to understand that victims are victims. And I can't think of anything a victim would have done short of, no, I'm not going to say that. I can't think of anything a victim could do to make you want to shoot them and kill them. I don't care what happened. But that's just me. And I can only speak for me. And so then that morphed into the question of, what are you most confident in about yourself? What are you most confident about regarding you? Al said, I'm confident in being helpful in the relationship. But shouldn't you be that way anyway? I'm just kidding. Aaron said, my resiliency, been through a lot in my life. I'm still here, lucid, and always trying to do better. Let's see. Al said, I'm confident in myself that I say what I mean and mean what I say. And I do what I say I'm going to do. Quanda said, I don't fold under pressure. I keep moving even when things are messy and uncertain. I follow through 100% no matter what I'm facing. I don't quit on myself. Well, some things ain't worth following through. And I think for me, mine is wisdom. Having experienced enough and seen enough in life that I'm able to dispense wisdom by seed planting. And then I let it go. And then later, I'm many times rewarded by having students come back and people come back and they go back and they say, you know what? You were right. That makes me feel like, okay, so I said it. Because sometimes when I say it, it kind of makes me feel mean sometimes. Oh, you're so direct. You're so mean. I don't need to hear that. And then later people circle back around and go, okay, yeah, you're right. And the reason I do that is because it happened to me so much. Growing up, I had to go back and tell people, yeah, you were right. Thank you for that. Thank you for helping me, correcting me, telling me this, telling me that. And I realized later in life that that's what got me where I am today. So it's okay. It's okay. But it takes some self. It takes some self realization, some self, looking at yourself and going, yeah, that. You need to fix that. In yourself, though. And I think I can plant a seed that people can use later in life when they need it versus trying to help people through their situation right now. Because most people don't want to listen right now. I get that a lot. They don't want to hear it. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, okay. And then later, I know what I'm talking about. So, in the poll, any relationship worth it? 60% said yes. And believe it or not, 40% said no. Interesting. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Tori Lowe Show's coming up next. Had to double check. And I will see you in 22 hours. So, hey, have a great evening. Be safe. There's no rain in the forecast. There's like a 1% chance of rain. But it's cold. So stay warm. Stay blessed. God bless. I'm out. Deuces.
Be quiet.